And hi, how is everybody doing today? We're live. Oh man, I'm telling you, I'm tripping on cords, everything here. And since we're in that time of month, so we hit that time of year, guys. So everybody knows a kind of updates on a few things. Again, this is not going to get into any politics and at all, but we're gonna put this in a polite way as possible again. Not in a negative way or discrimination way of any kind. Due to the fact that our country leaders have decided a while back that they are going to legalize this cannabis marijuana, and there's a lot of people like myself have been raised when we were kids never to do it and that kind of thing. We were always taught that it was legal because back those generations it was illegal. Now since it is legalized, we cannot do nothing about that. But it is legalized for out in the public. But basically every individual tenant renter that rents in their own private apartment does have a choice with their own company, what they're going to allow and what they're not going to allow. And under my Pacific roof, because the fact that I don't touch the stuff, I don't do the stuff, and I was raised never to do it or to touch it. And in my own home, and now again, has nothing to do with the general public, because the general public, I understand, is all legalized and that kind of thing, or out on the street, whatever, or whatever other people's homes may allow it. That is fine. But this particular home, if any company comes to see me, there is going to be signs that are going to be posted that they're going to be forbidden in my own home to be smoking it. Again, I can do that in my own private home. That is not being I'm legally allowed to put it under my own house rules. But again, that is only within inside my home. But that, again, like I said, that has nothing to do with out on the street or at a big fancy party or whatever, outside of a bar, out in the public. It has nothing to do with that. Because out in the public, those areas are all, it is the main country itself has legalized it. But individual unit or apartment tenants can ban their company from smoking it in their home under their own house rules. That you can do if you're against it, that kind of stuff. But I know you can't do anything about it out in the general public because it is legalized for the general public and that kind of stuff as well. But it is also up to the individual building owners too. Now again, the building owners that own these properties and that kind of thing, now that is up to them if they're gonna allow it in the general building, or if they're going to do what they did with the cigarettes, ban the cigarettes smoking out of the entire building. Now that is up to the individual owners to decide that on the actual building. But again, they have to post they have to post the no signs for it. So they have to post, if they're going to do it, if they decide they're going to ban it out of the entire building, they have to post the no cannabis signs or marijuana signs. Just like if I'm putting house rules down in my own home, which I can do and put it in my house rules, I actually have to post. I actually have to put up a no cannabis and no weed sign up in my own apartment. So that way my company knows that they can't do it in here. They have to take it outside. So again, that I can do. That is not they cannot call discrimination on that because this is my private rented home. This is where I live, and again, it is, like I said, I was raised to be against it. But it is not against the individual. It is just I am allowed to put that in my house rules in my own private home. under my own roof, because there's a lot of people that do that. Like I know the building itself here is a non-smoking building already as it is, stands. So like the owners here will not even rent to anybody if they're a smoker. They'll refuse to. That's the first thing they'll tell you. They'll say if you're a smoker, they cannot rent to you. Yes, that actually is that part of it there. When they say that, yes, that is discrimination. but this is the way. But again, that is for that department. But again, individual apartment leasers or that is the actual tenants like myself that do pay good rent. And if we want to put it in our house rules, and we're not really for it, we can put it under our own house rules inside our own home that we don't want it. We don't want it in our home. We are allowed to do that again, and that's that kind of thing is because our family has been my family is been educatable us kids over all these years, and we grew up being taught that it was always illegal and persecutable, that it was dangerous to do so. So again, like I said, it is this again, like I said, inside our individual homes, we have a choice what we're going to allow and what we're not going to allow in our house rules. So if I put that in my own house rules with my company, I can turn around and tell my company they can't smoke it in here; they have to smoke it outside. So again, that's not saying they can't do it in generally. It just means they just can't do it in my home. They have to take it outside, just like they would with a cigarette or whatever. So again, like I said, that is basically the politest way I can put it. But like I said, there is so again, it is up to the individual apartment renter. If we want to put rules down in our own home, and that, because most people do, a lot of people do. Again, I've had a lot of friends growing up, and their families had a lot of strict rules under their roof. And again, especially some of them being, especially religious ones. Like one of them is their kids were forbidden to watch TV or whatever, play Nintendo, or watch anything like. Not saying this to be offensive, but I knew a religious kid when I was going to school, and his parents wouldn't even let him watch Ghostbusters. Because of the fact that they tried to say it was all devilish, it was all demonic and satanical, that it was cult connected. They treated Ghostbusters like it was a Ouija board on the religious point of view on everything. But again, yeah. So again, that, like I said, everybody has in their own private homes, they do have they are allowed to post their own rules and regulations, and that kind of thing if they want in their house rules. Now, like I said, that is going to be one of my house rules, because when I was growing up, I was raised not to have anything to do with that activity. So it's still technically in, like I said, in my home. That kind of weed, marijuana, cannabis is not allowed in my home to be smoked. If my company comes here to visit, they want to smoke it, they have to take it outside, just like they would have to with a cigarette. And I don't care if it's a snowstorm out there or not, or it's a blizzard, or cars flying off the road, or sliding on a sheet of ice. I don't care. It's not being smoked in my home. So basically, like I said, there is we're allowed to put that in our own individual rules and regulations, because I don't do it. I never touched it. I don't touch the stuff. I don't do the stuff. So my family is a drug-free family to begin with. So again, we can put that in our own home rules. There is nothing in the law saying that we can put it in our own house rules under our own roof. And that's again, but like I said, out in the public, it doesn't matter. Out on the public street, it don't matter. in like in other people's homes. Now that's your own decision, what they allow, what they don't allow. Their rule, that's their home, that's their rules, so they're all different. Like I said, but in this home, under my roof, marijuana is not allowed. It won't be allowed, even though it is legalized. Again, I'm still going to kind of say no to it. And if I catch any of my company smoking in here, breaking any of my rules, they will never ever come back here. They will. I can legally have them escorted right out of my own home. From visiting, so and that kind of stuff as well, because my own home rules have been violated. So so again, that is just basically that end of it. That is only what I am allowed to do. Because again, it is if I'm under my own roof, I am allowed to ban it out of my own home. Since now it is going to be legalized, and since now starting this week, it is going to be as the 17th, it is going to be legalized on the public streets. So that is fine. My company can go out to the public streets, do it all they like, act like a bunch of hoodlums out there all they like. I don't care. But yeah, I am logged in.